So this is a recording of a seeded Cadence speedrun that I did today. I wanted to upload a video of this with some commentary just to first share some ideas for running this particular seed well, and also just to get to show off some of the cool seeded type ideas, like to show off how fast you really can go in this game if you already know where everything is, where all the good items are, where the enemies are going to be, and so forth. The seed itself is jackofgames' current world record. The number for the seed is 14335321 if you want to try it yourself. Jack's world record on this seed is 5:01:58, which is an absolutely awesome time. Knowing the seed and where the enemies are, and resetting quite a lot for making sure the bats behave, and making sure the Necrodancer fight is reasonable, I've been able to get the time for the seed down to 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm pretty happy with this run. It could definitely be improved. The biggest source of improvement would be just a faster Necrodancer fight, which would be great. I think there's probably a couple other places where with a bit better RNG you could save a few beats. So anyway, let's get into the run and I'll try to talk about it. So the strategy for the run is the same as on Jack's run. We're going to use basically the same route. We're going to get basically the same items, just eschewing a few items that we don't really need. So the first thing is this 1/1 Shriner. We're going to pick up this Glass Rapier and the Ring of Regeneration. I experimented a little bit with bombing the walls and just buying the Glass Rapier from the Shrine of No Return, not getting Ring of Regen, but it turns out that doing the fight is just as fast as bombing the wall and picking up the gold, so the Ring of Regen is really nice, so we picked that up. The zigzag movement at the beginning of 1-2 actually sets up the dragon and these two yellow slimes, so you can just walk straight to the exit without having to waste any beats at all. So that zigzag movement is actually important. 1-3 is obviously just a trapdoor, and then we have Conga, and we'll do the same thing Jack does, where we do this strategy where you place a bomb at the right of Conga, and you deliberately lose a beat so that this bomb takes out Conga's throne and Conga in the same beat. So 2-1 has one of the more interesting route ideas. There's a Crown of Teleport in that shot, which we are actually going to skip. The Crown of Teleport does save some time in Zone 4, but you can see how fast 2-1 really is, and getting the Crown of Teleport takes a little more time, and more importantly, there's a Blast Helm in 2-2, which saves a ton of time on the Necrodancer fight, and so between the time saved on 2-1 and the time saved in the Necrodancer fight, it's actually quicker to stick with the Blast Helm as Jack does. 2-3 is a fast trapdoor again, and then we have Death Metal, which is just War Drum and then Glass Rapier him to death. And then we get this all-important freeze spell, which we'll use for the rest of the run. So 3-1, we're going to freeze here just to keep the ice slimes out of our way. 3-2, straight down, and this Minotaur presents himself very fast. And then 3-3, I think the fastest way I found to do this is to actually step on this tempo down trap so that we can enter this boss room from the left with the freeze, which means we only have to dig twice to get into the boss room, which is nice. So Coral Riff, I like to freeze here just to keep the drums out of the way. I don't think it's actually faster than freezing outside, but it keeps me sane. 4-1, that potion's really nice because it'll help us with blood magic. The bat gets in our way on this run, so we have to waste a beat there. And then we just do the normal thing in all boss rooms, which is freeze the boss room, kill everything, and go to the exit. 4-2 is the most complicated level. The fastest way I've found is to go left across this row, freezing where appropriate. And again, we're freezing the boss room, and the Blast Helm helps us here. Just using that blood magic whenever we feel like it. Relying on this potion and Ring of Regen. 4-3, it's really nice we only have to deal with 2 enemy rooms instead of the normal 3 before the boss room, and the boss lines himself up really nicely with the sarcophagus to just sort of walk through the exit. So here we are at Dead Ringer in under 3 minutes. We do the Jack strat of hitting the 2 bells on the left and letting Dead Ringer hit the 2 bells on the right, and then running him into the gong. And we've made it to the Necrodancer. So, I don't know quite what to say about the Necrodancer fight. I don't feel like an expert at it. I like to come up this right side nowadays because it reduces the Necrodancer spawns later to leave that mummy alive, and not having mini-bosses spawn can really help. I use the freeze blood magic to get out of the Necrodancer freeze, which means I hit him a little quicker and maybe avoid a teleport. We do manage to avoid the Necrodancer teleporting at all after the initial bomb. So it's a decent Necrodancer fight, but I think it could be a little better. And we finish in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. So, thank you for watching.